Welcome to my channel. Today I have a fall layout share that I hope you'll enjoy. Hello there, friends. Kelly here from Snips by Kelly, and today I need to confess something. I might have gotten just a little carried away. So remember that video where I showed you 15 ways to make realistic paper leaves, like pinch and pull shaping, two-tone blending, rustic edge inking, dot shadowing with alcohol markers, water painter veins, speckles, crinkles, and all the things? Well, I did not stop when the camera stopped. I kept going and going and going, and now I have an actual tub, yes, a tub filled with about 175 finished leaves. Now this looks less than what I had earlier today because I added those leaves to pages to show those leaves in action. But if you remember, I created all of these leaves out of the Harvest Home Garland Kit, and I did many different techniques on those. So today I'm going to show you how I actually used these leaves on scrapbook pages, because pretty leaves are fun, but using them on real layouts, that's where the magic happens. So I've created 5 2-page fall scrapbook layouts using the Gathering Together Designer Series paper, and it has that stunning built-in gold foiling, and the leaves were all created, like I said, from the Harvest Home Garland Kit. Now, I've also sprinkled in some ephemera, including a little sneak peek of the Unforgettable Times Mix and Match ephemera that is actually coming in January. Is what that package looks like, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit. But of course, there's gold foil titles in this as well. The entire package of ephemera is titles, which made me so happy. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a super fast refresher of the leaf techniques, just to remind you of what's possible and to nudge you to go watch the actual leaf video, because the YouTube algorithm didn't love it as much as I did. Then I'll walk you through each of the 5 2-page layouts, which is 10 pages, and show you how the leaves elevate simple base pages into something really rich and textured and dimensional. So let's go ahead and grab that tub of leaves, or I may or may not have had an addiction to, and start with a quick recap. We'll link in the description the full video, and of course in the beginning it's a little bit dry because we're using plain leaves, and we go through each of 15 techniques on the plain leaves, and then when I get through all 15 techniques, I combine them into so many neat techniques. So we have crinkling and burnishing and splattering and ink blending and water mottling and all kinds of speckle techniques with sponges. And they're all super simple techniques, but they really make lovely, realistic looking leaves. And when some of them dry from the crinkle effect or the leathering effect or even the mottling or the sponging, they have a shape all their own, which makes them even more realistic when you put them on the pages. They have a curve to them, they have some distressing to them. And so let's take a look at each of those pages and how those pages turned out with all of these beautiful leaves. Let's start with Love This. So Love This is a layout that I actually shared on Facebook yesterday, and it was documenting my grandson, Waylon James. He was helping me this time of the year on the ranch. Everyone is gone. So basically they are all out working cattle, sometimes still working in fields. And my daughter-in-law, Waylon James's mom, is a vet tech. My son works on our ranch. And then, of course, my husband works out on the ranch. And then our oldest son and his family and our daughter and her family were not able to come for Thanksgiving. So I had Waylon James all day. And of course, we did what grandmas do. We cooked all day long. So I wanted to document Waylon James helping me make the pie. And as you can see, the pie got a little too dark. but I love his face. Even though I was not happy with the pie, he was absolutely ecstatic. So I love that I could do this series. So every one of the pages in this Gathering Together series is very simple. I purposely made the backgrounds very easy to duplicate, and then I added the ephemera. So you're going to see the frames and foil ephemera that we currently have, and then all of the titles only, come from a brand new ephemera pack called Unforgettable Times Mix and Match Specialty Ephemera that's coming in January. And it has, I believe, 6 sheets of titles, 2 of each style. And it has all different kinds of colored titles, but 2 of those sheets are all gold foil titles. So I used 5 of those gold foil titles out of this pack for all 5 2-page layouts today, and I was so happy to do that. I was keeping this simple so that no stamping and no die cutting were needed. So by adding the Harvest Home Garland Kit, that gave me 175 leaves to work with. Way more leaves than I need for 10 pages, but how fun to have what I call a leaf bank. So on this particular one, of course, each leaf paper, there are, I think, 5 leaf papers or 6 leaf papers in the designer series paper for Gathering Together, and each busy hero leaf paper has gold foil embedded in it. We have this great plaid, so adding the foiled frames and adding the title. So in the foiled frames, you have an outer part of each icon. So some of the icons are circles, some of them are tags, some of them are hexagons, and they each have an outer piece and an inner piece. So I really just use those as landing spots. So here's like the bottom of a tag, here's a part of a tag. So I use the outer piece as a decorative element, the outer piece of the circle as a decorative element, and then popped up the title on that. But you can see on my leaves, I have water mottling, I have ink blending, I have splattering with a Stampin' Blends marker. I have splattering with a little bit of white gloss spray. I definitely used the burnishing method. Each of the leaves in the Harvest Garland set are already scored. So when you do ink rubbing, it's really amazing how it already makes it stand out. On almost every leaf, I really went around the edges. This one I sponged with white ink, and I also sponged with pecan pie ink. This one, after doing the burnishing and the rubbing, I actually rubbed a little bit of gold glitter glue on it, just with my finger, just rubbing a little bit of that glitter glue. And then you can see on lots and lots of the leaves, the spots is from water mottling, where you just actually get the inking done and get the treatments done that you want, and then you splatter water on those, and it makes them look so realistic. I just love how those leaves turned out, and the curling was natural from the drying. And so I did very little other elevation techniques to this at all. On this particular one, I did finally buy a brand new journal pen. Stampin' Up has new journal pens, and I have been using a black Le Pen forever, and I love the new Stampin' Up journal pen. My Le Pen finally conked out, and so I thought that I could give the Stampin' Up one a try. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Again, another very, very basic base layout, and only again adding the foiled frames and the title ephemera from Unforgettable Times that's coming in January. So I kind of had a lot of fun in this series using basic beige. Like, I have a tendency to always use like a white background or a very vanilla background, but when you're using like the two-tone, you can use like a light beige background and then have your true size beige on the front. So you can see, so basic. I have the hero leaf paper here. I did a couple strips of one of the additional pattern paper and one of cardstock tore the edges and tucked those under and repeated that. Again, you can see that I'm basically repeating the pattern to get a 2-page layout. So then I use non-traditional size photos here to be able to tell the story with 7 full photos, using the foiled frames for journaling, using them for base landing spots, and using the outside for a decorative element. I did add the streak dots. I love the streak dots for this collection because they look like wood and they just go really, really well with rustic. Now, if this was one of my elevated layouts or one of my elevated workshops, you can know without a doubt I would have done some stamping in the backgrounds. I would have inked all the edges, but the only techniques I used were the leaf techniques that you'll be able to see on my leaf video. All right, so for these were leaves that had a texture already from the Harvest Home Kit. And all I did with this is really give one edge a good solid inking. And then I used Cajun Craze ink, and they're kind of a grayish tone. And it's sort of a little bit, it's like cardstock, but it has a texture to it. And then I did splattering with a Cajun Craze Stampin' Blends marker. And then I inked all of the outer edges with pecan pie and curled those leaves with my scoring tool. You can use a pencil or anything round and just curl the leaves. And then I added on a few of them a little bit of the water mottling. So I don't know if you can see the little water spot on a few of them. Some of them I did the water mottling and some of them I didn't. So basic and simple, but oh so pretty. On that particular one, I used all the same leaves. But of course, I absolutely love using a combination of those leaves. This one, I really love how it turned out. The hair is compliments of me, who's sometimes like cousin it. Okay, so this one, again, so basic of a background. We've got your hero paper, a transition strip, and your plaid strip, and then a little bit of the brown DSP behind the photos to make those photos stand out. So on this one, I did some hand cut tags, and I just snip off a corner, flip it over, use it as a pattern, and snip off the other corner, and added those dots, the streaked dots, to the tags to make them look a little bit more authentic. Same techniques on all of these leaves. Again, burnishing those edges with a brown and then rubbing a little bit of glitter glue on them, and then splattering with Stampin' Blends, splattering with white gloss spray, sponging with pecan pie, all of them inking with pecan pie around the edges. I really love those. All of them look so realistic. I know that the blue ones aren't realistic because we typically don't have blue leaves or glitter on them, but it just added that little elevation that put it over the top. Love that. And again, just the foiled frames and the title here from the brand new Unforgettable Times Ephemera mix. Okay, the next one I really loved as well. Another very basic background. Loved this foil striped paper here and loved that I was able to use the greens. So I just made a little leaf border up here at the top of the photos and a few little clusters. Again, the title from the brand new Unforgettable Times and those same leaf techniques. Let's see if there's any in here. Whoops, I'm missing this little guy. He's coming out. Got to put him back under there. So again, I can't see. We've got water mottling. We've got sponging. We've got burnishing and splatter. Here's sponging again. The glitter glue. This one was sponging and rubbing. So easy to add these techniques to those leaves. Such a basic page. I actually just used 2 smaller pieces instead of the whole piece so that I could conserve some of that beautiful, beautiful leaf paper. All right, I can't believe we're to the last one already. So this is my more simple workshop, and I know because I did the elevation techniques on the leaves, you're probably thinking it's not simple, but if you watch that video and see how simple it was to add those techniques, there was no die cutting, there's no stamping, just using your tools, your basic tools like your markers and your inks to add techniques to those leaves. And so that's kind of how I achieved that. This one I loved. I usually do this. So I usually have like 2 focal photos on the left, and then I have functional photos on the right. So I decided to switch it up a little bit here and do it this way, and just draw in a tiny bit of the plaid. What I kind of like about a layout like this is you only have so much pattern paper, right? And we're using a pretty good chunk right here, but you only need a tiny strip to draw that theme over to this page. Same with the hero paper down here. I've got one smaller piece of hero paper here. So the bulk of this layout is cardstock under here. So that really helps 2 pages come together cohesively without using so much pattern paper. So I'm trying to think if there was any new leaf techniques on this one. The only thing that I did decide that I liked that was actually an accident is if you look at this leaf here and this leaf here, they actually were laying in a puddle of water and I didn't know. And so each of them got a way too wet on one side or the other, and I ended up loving that because it ended up looking way more authentic, that you had some parts and pieces of the leaves that were kind of like actually almost, mottled or molded or, crunkled off or torn off, and it made it look so realistic. So as you can see from all of the pages, I used a ton of those leaves. I didn't count, so if anyone out there counted, I think that the Harvest Home Garland Kit had about 175 leaves in it. So again, I have so many that I can still use on more pages. I am going to be completing a more elevated workshop with the gathering together, but I love how this one turned out, and it definitely doesn't feel to me like it's my simple because of the elevation of the leaves. So let's go back through those pages quickly and quietly, and then I will link in the description that original leaf video that teaches all of those techniques. And if you want more information about these 10 pages, you can check them out on my website at www.snipsbykelly.com. Let's go back through all the pages and have a little page parade. If you were inspired or learned something new from today's video, hit like, subscribe, the notifications bell, and come back soon for more right here on Snips by Kelly. Enjoy the parade.